My expectation for this year was that fair value, which post halving was going to be in the, you know, 80,000-ish range, somewhere like that, would continue to accrete all the way to somewhere around 100K by where we are today. So to me, fair value is right around that six-digit level. I figured we would blow through that six-digit number, and then the humans would come in and they'd start to lever up, and we'd see a parabolic move probably to 120, maybe even 150. Then the question is, do we get the passage of the strategic Bitcoin reserve? Could that push us well past that 150K range? It's certainly possible.
At the start of 2024, ahead of the highly anticipated Bitcoin halving, hedge fund manager Mark Yusko of Morgan Creek Capital made bullish predictions for Bitcoin. He estimated that Bitcoin would rise from around $50,000 to $100,000 per coin after the halving and continue to climb until mid-2025, reaching over $150,000 per coin. This timeline and price target have been part of Yusko's established outlook for the 2024 to 2025 bull market since early 2023. Despite other crypto investors projecting higher prices, Yusko has maintained a conservative stance, even in light of successful Bitcoin ETFs like BlackRock's IBIT. However, recent developments have made Yusko even more optimistic about Bitcoin's future. His newfound bullish outlook stems from speculation that U.S. President-elect Donald Trump will establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve during his second term. Trump had previously suggested allocating a portion of the U.S. Treasury's reserves to Bitcoin to diversify the nation's asset portfolio and reduce the risk of market disruptions. According to reports, the U.S. Treasury would purchase Bitcoin over a 24-month period, ensuring stable and strategic accumulation. Yusko believes that if these proposals are enacted, Bitcoin's price could surge dramatically in 2025. This move would solidify Bitcoin's legitimacy, foster institutional adoption globally, and potentially stabilize its price over time, leading to a broader acceptance of Bitcoin as a legitimate financial asset.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
I am still a believer that the 4-year cycle exists. I know there are some now saying that, because of Trump and because of the Bitcoin strategic reserve, and, there's going to be this massive movement toward accumulating Bitcoin and the 4-year cycle is going to go out the window. I'm going to bet that humans are going to human. My expectation for this year was that fair value, which post halving was going to be in the, 80,000-ish range, somewhere like that, would continue to accrete all the way to somewhere around 100K by where we are today. So to me, fair value is right around that six-digit level. I figured we would blow through that six-digit number, and then the humans would come in and they'd start to lever up, and we'd see a parabolic move probably to 120, maybe even 150. This time in 25, it'll be April-ish, and that would kind of make sense, a year after the halving. So at that point, we'd hit that ebullient level. Then the question is, do we get the passage of the strategic Bitcoin reserve? Do we get, Tom Lee was on CNBC talking about this, saying that, the exchanges don't have enough Bitcoin on their platforms and people are going to be scrambling for it. Certainly possible. Could that push us well past that 150K range? It's certainly possible. If you think about a bell curve distribution, to me, the most likely is we get to fair value. We go to, call it 50% premium above fair value. So that's in that 150 range. And then, unfortunately, we have another bear market starting mid-year 2025, and we enter crypto winter again. Now, those who think that crypto winter is never going to come again, I'm pretty skeptical of that, personally. I ask people this all the time. Look at parabolic charts. Show me one. And all I want to see is one. No one's ever been able to show me one. Show me a parabolic chart that goes parabolic and then goes flat. A new higher plateau. None of them do that, right? They go parabolic and they keep going parabolic, and then eventually they go down.
So your outlook seemed to me quite realistic if compared to the one we heard from Samson Mow, who came on our show lately. He was saying that he expects Bitcoin to reach $1 million next year. What can you say about that prediction?
I think Samson's a great thinker on this. And I mean, but let's just do some math, right? Now, the challenge I have with that is a $20 trillion market cap. So we just hit 2 trillion, or we're just under 2 trillion. A 10x from here means $20 trillion. Well, $20 trillion, what has to happen for this asset to be worth 20 trillion? So people have said it's digital gold, right? Well, all of the gold in the world above ground is like $12 trillion. Well, only half of that counts, because half of it is jewelry and chalices and gold leaf and gold bars. That really doesn't count. Well, the gold bars do, because they're part of the monetary base. The monetary value of gold is about 6 trillion. So we're a third of the way there already. So the idea that the monetary base, if Bitcoin is digital gold and it needs to replace the base layer of gold in central banks around the world, 6-ish trillion is plenty. Now, you say, but that's not all going to be owned by central banks, because there's individual holders. Those central banks have got to buy it from somebody. And those, sellers, people say, well, I'm never going to sell. Okay, but someone's got to sell for someone to buy. That's the way markets work. They can't make more out of thin air like fiat currency. So in that environment, Samson's point is interesting, because if I'm a central bank and I say I have to buy 200,000 coins, and Tom Lee says there's no one to sell it to me, well, then I got to keep bidding the price up. So could you see a parabolic move? Sure. But the problem I see with that is, if the monetary aggregate base has to increase so much in order to displace gold, what does that do to overall prices of everything?
Samson Mow, CEO of January 3rd, has been adamant about his highly optimistic prediction that Bitcoin will reach $1 million by 2025. He reinforced this stance when Bitcoin hit $100,000 for the first time earlier this month. Mow, whose company works with nation-states to accelerate Bitcoin adoption and hyper-Bitcoinization, believes that this milestone brings us closer to what he calls the Omega Candle, which he predicts will trigger a wave that will drive Bitcoin's value to $1 million per coin. While many agree that Bitcoin could eventually be worth millions, few share Mow's conviction that it will reach 7 figures by 2025. However, Plan B, an anonymous and well-known Bitcoin analyst, is more optimistic. The quantitative analyst believes that Bitcoin could surge to $150,000 by the end of this year and enter a much more bullish phase in 2025. Plan B's analysis suggests that this rally could take Bitcoin anywhere between $250,000 and $1 million before the cycle concludes. In a recent interview with Scott Melker, the former institutional investor discussed his predictions for Bitcoin, offering further insights into his optimistic outlook for the cryptocurrency's future. Here are some key moments from the discussion.
I think last time we spoke, we already said, well, this is a bear market. For sure there will be a bull market again. Maybe, or probably there will be ranges like 100K, 1 million. That's a wide range, obviously, but I still think that range is, we can narrow it down a little bit. I've done that before on Twitter. So I'm thinking 250, 1 million is where I expect it to be on average, right? That's not the all-time high or anything. That's the next level that Bitcoin will rotate to, with all the action we see on the MicroStrategy, treasury kind of things, and with Trump and National Reserve talks, big investors, ETFs. Yeah, to be honest, I would be surprised if we're not ending somewhere near 250, 1 million. If we really go to, say, 500K Bitcoin, that would be a 10 trillion market cap, up from today's 2 trillion market cap. So that needs some capital, some flowing from either real estate or stocks or bonds or gold towards Bitcoin. And And yeah, I think that's what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin should be in a well-balanced portfolio. It has a place in a well-balanced institutional portfolio. That was unheard of a couple of years ago. Right now, it's I mean, the BlackRocks and the Fidelities are talking about it like it's always has been like that, and it's logical. So no, I think those events play into the enormous jump in price level that we all expect.
The cryptocurrency market experienced a dramatic downturn on December 9th, with over $2 billion in liquidations, marking the largest sell-off since 2021. This event left the digital currency space in shock. According to crypto analyst Ash Crypto, who shared insights on X, the sell-off was triggered by a series of events, starting with heavy selling pressure on Coinbase. Traders initiated significant sales about an hour before the broader market collapsed. This initial wave of selling set off a chain reaction, pushing the market into critical liquidation zones, triggering stop losses and amplifying the sell-off. As the chaos unfolded, Ethereum became a focal point for buyers due to its smaller drawdowns compared to Bitcoin, showcasing its resilience. In contrast, Ripple saw its price fall by over 12% to 26 cents, reflecting its thin liquidity and vulnerability to sudden shock. Other assets, such as Cardano, USDC, and FDUSD, experienced surges in trading volume as traders sought alternatives. The market has since recovered, with Bitcoin now trading above $76,000 per coin, up from $94,000 at the peak of the sell-off. The aftermath of the sell-off has sparked mixed reactions. While many lament the devastation to altcoins, others remain optimistic, viewing the event as a necessary step for the market's stabilization. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the recent market turmoil, as well as Mark Yusko and Plan B's predictions for the future of cryptocurrency. Let us know in the comments. For more Daily Dose Crypto News, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.